Hi, I'm joined today by Karina Lovell, who is a Professor of Mental Health based at the University of Manchester. So thank you for joining me today, Karina. I thought it'd be nice to hear about your role on equity and also the training element of the study. So I guess to start, can you tell us a bit about what your role is on the equity programme?
Well, I'm co-applicant on the programme, and I mainly do the training in terms of both development and the delivery.
And obviously, a key part of equity is the training element of the programme. So can you tell me a bit about the training? What does it involve? Who is it for? Things like that.
The training's mainly for Step 2 workers within IAPT, and it's about enhancing the quality of calls. So we run the training over a day, but we do 2-3 hour sessions.
Were there any challenges that equity, yourself and the equity programme had to overcome in delivering the training?
Yeah, so as you know, Dean was doing the training with me, and of course COVID came along and we decided we needed to do it remotely. So we have changed it. So we went from 2 days to 1 day. So we did these 2-3 hour sessions. We didn't do those 2-3 hour sessions on 1 day. We did them over 2 days. And that was mainly because of our experience of delivering training on the phone, on Zoom. 3 hours is probably more than efficient. We probably have more breaks. We set it up very much as having a conversation about the phone rather than us teaching. We had to be a bit more techie than perhaps we are, me and Dean. But one of the things that we did do that was sort of slightly different was how you make that interactive when you're on Zoom. And what we did was that one of us spoke and one of us monitored the chat. So we were telling people all the time. So if you saying put things on chat, put answers on chat, and then what we might do is Dean might say, Rebecca, that was a really interesting point. I wonder if you'd like to come in and talk about it, so that people had the option then to come in. But it made it far more interactive than us talking about it. So they were the challenges that I guess COVID had. But in some ways, you know, some of the feedback that we had, people were saying, I wish all CPD was like this because I don't have to travel.
Yeah.
Because even with you do it in a normal day, you know, and you've got an extra hours traveling on the top, you know, with caring or other responsibilities, that's difficult.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I think that is one of the challenges that a lot of, I guess, research projects, but also other environments have had to overcome. And I think remote working and learning via a remote method is a skill that a lot of people have learned and what will probably be used, like you say, more in future, because it takes out the travel and the need for it. And I think, like you said, it allows people to interact easier as well. It's less intimidating, I think, to be able to just...
a couple of people said that actually, that it was easy to put it on chat than if they were face to face, putting the hand up or asking a question and everybody looking at them.
Yeah, definitely.
So really interesting.
And I guess, what does the equity study aim to achieve by delivering this training to practitioners?
I think overall, I think that what we're doing is trying to improve the quality of those calls, to improve the engagement with those calls, to get people to overcome some of the barriers that they feel that it's, and of course, Rebecca, not everybody does, but some people still feel that it's seen as a lower, less of a therapy than if it was face to face.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's important as well. Like we say, we're talking about COVID and the changes it's brought about. I guess that's encouraged or almost forced people to move into this other mode of delivery that may stick around after the restrictions have been lifted.
Well, I think it will, because I think, you know, that users of our service and their families have also now had to get used to more remote, you know, so even your GP, you're having remote consultations. And I think a lot of people have reported that actually this is quite a good way to communicate. I think what people don't want to do is do it all the time. You know, like many of us don't want to be on Zoom all the time, but so there are many benefits, but they're the things that we'd hope to achieve from it.
Yeah, that sounds good. And finally, what are the next steps for equity?
Well, I think the next step, so I don't know if you know, but we've done the pilot training now. So we trained 3 sites, and we've sought feedback. We probably need to do a few tweaks to that. And then what we'll do is roll that out in the full trial. But I guess the big questions are, if, as our restrictions lift, is whether we're still going to continue to do that remotely, whether we'll give the choice to the service, and I don't know the answer to those.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work has been done, but there's a lot more.
There's loads more to do. Yeah, a lot more. Yeah.
Well, that's all really interesting. Thank you for providing an insight into your role, but also the training element of equity. And it was good to speak to you today, Karina.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.